and 107.1 FM. Los Angeles Rams football. Sponsored by Steiner's Pub, a true Nevada-style pub.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Carlos Moreno with Las Vegas Commercial Real Estate Radio Show. We are with KSHP radio station, 107.1 FM, 1400 AM. And then we are also now with Facebook Live, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, and a few other platforms. So we have a lot more exposure with our social media viewers. So again, thank you for joining us. Like I said, my name is Carlos Moreno. I represent Agora Realty and Management, a Nevada LLC company. My Nevada license is 44851. And also today I have a special guest with me. So Uncle Dan, he is he'll be going over tax deductions and stuff like that. He's been doing that for a while, and I would let him speak on that. So welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, sir.
Thank you for joining us today. And
Love it.
Yep. And I'll be bringing on Uncle Dan in a little while. Let him talk about his experience and what he does to help. And he's got a lot of great information. So if you're a business owner, it doesn't matter if you're a small business owner or national business owner, he's got a lot of great information related to tax and benefits and other information that we're going to talk about here in a little bit. I'll bring him on in a little bit to dive into his services and stuff like that. So I represent buyers and sellers with commercial real estate. I landlords and tenants. So if you need assistance in either buying commercial properties or leasing commercial properties, I can definitely assist you with that. We have great programs if you're looking to move into a leasing situation to now buying your own commercial property for your business, which is called a owner-occupied type of buyer, which SBA, Small Business Association, has good programs where you can get in with 50% 10% down payment, and you can lease. If you use 51%, you can qualify up to 51% of the property. You can qualify for that 10% down, and then you're able to lease out the other 49%. So that's a great way to start the year with a property where you're getting income from the property and then running your own business out of there. So it's either very cheap or possibly even free to run your business as far as rent out of pocket if you have tenants paying for the remainder of the mortgage on that property. And with our team, just like today, we have Uncle Dan with me. I have multiple business professionals that help business owners, whether it be attorneys, whether it be somebody to help you get licensing or formulate your business LLC. And so we have a lot of those services related through my networking group, which is Seymour Biz Affiliates. And so we have a entire team of folks that were able to help you get started with marketing and many other services as well. With Agora Realty and Management, within the company, there's also a development side of the company, and I'll go into that in a little bit with one of the bigger projects that we have going on. But if you are interested in pre-leasing space, I'll go over that. One of the main ones is North Las Vegas Gateway. So I'll dive into that one in a little while after the show or during the show. And so that plan with the show is to bring different professionals, like I said earlier, but the different different sectors of the business. So everybody's going to need, it's going to need maybe a marketing person, or you might need an attorney to go over your contracts. You might need somebody that helps you set up your POS system, the point of sale systems, all of those services, an insurance company we have. And so every week I bring a different professional. So like I said, today, Uncle Dan's going to be talking about how to help you reduce and save money with employees. So you want to pay attention because Uncle Dan has a lot of great information, and I'm excited to hear all the details as well. So welcome to the show, Uncle Dan, and if you can tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. How do you help
Okay.
your clients, and how the system works or the program?
Awesome. Well, you're probably wondering why do they call me Uncle Dan? That's because my
Tell us.
company is called Uncle Dan Consulting.
There you go.
Moved to Las Vegas about 2.5 years ago and sort of reinvented. I've been in the financial services industry for over 40 years, and I did not want to, once I semi-retired,
Yeah.
I did not want to do that anymore. So I started Uncle Dan Consulting,
Mhm.
and I actually got into the tax credit space.
Okay.
And so when I say tax credit, this is real money. This is not some type of write-off. So this is their tax credit programs that small business owners don't know about.
Right.
So my job is to educate and help them figure out how to get the money.
That's what we do.
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
what we do. So, and this type of program, I know you've been in the financial business for over 40 years and been in Vegas a couple of years, but with this program that we're going to dive into, how long have you been related with that program and that service?
Related, going on 2 years.
Okay.
In that particular industry, yes.
Okay. So what's the name of the program, and give us a brief breakdown of how that would work.
We actually call it a health efficiency type plan. And what it basically does is it's their provisions in the Affordable Care Act and in Section 125 of the IRS codes that make these plans to where they're really trying to help small business owners and their employees.
Okay.
And when they do that, they're able to take advantage of a lot of benefits that are zero out-of-pocket costs for the employer and employee. People often ask me, well, what do you do? I said, well, I help companies make money, save money, give all their employees a pay raise, and also load them up with some free health benefits. And we also, because they do that, in those provisions I just spoke about, the owners are able to basically get a nice discount on their paying their payroll taxes.
Oh, okay. Okay. So for a company to qualify for that, is there a minimum required of number of team members or employees to have?
Well,
or how does that?
In general, with the main program I work with, it is 10 employees on up to about 100,000, 200,000 employees. But then I also have access to a different program that really delves down and will help an employer that has 2 W-2 employees. Now, again, these are for companies with W-2 employees.
Okay.
1099s are not eligible because they're not paying into the system.
So it's for W-2 employees.
Yes, sir.
Only. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And so is there a minimum or maximum that, say, for an employee to make salary wise, hourly, whatever, on the yearly basis, is there a minimum amount that they should make, or is there a cutoff maximum, or no?
Yes. In general, some of the companies, it's somewhere around $14.50 per hour. And some of the, it can be for, say, as little as 30 hours per week. Because we want to help as many employees get these benefits as possible.
Okay. Okay. And the benefits that they would get as an employer, what is that on average? I'm sure it's different based on the type of business or based on the business and number of employees. But what's per employee? What's an average savings for the employer?
For the employer, it runs anywhere from $480 to $620 per employee per year off of their payroll taxes.
Okay, so
They're going to save quite a bit of money.
That's a lot. I mean, once you have 25, 30, 50 plus employees, 100.
Well, the city, I can't name the actual name of the city, but they just brought in all their employees in Florida. It's a major county, and they're going to have they have 30,000 employees.
Oh, that's a huge.
They're going to save millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah, and why is the? I mean, a lot of people don't know about this. Is it on purpose?
I don't know if it's on purpose. It's that you don't know what you don't know. And that CPAs do a good job, but they're busy doing taxes. So
correct.
A lot of times, people or people in the financial professionals in the tax world, they don't have time to figure out or do the research to see what's available.
Yeah,
that's all I do.
That's all you do.
That's all I do is find things that help small business owners save money. And we actually have another tax credit that is over with about May 15th, and that's for the self-employed guy that, say, the realtor.
Yeah.
The person that did a 1099, if they made money, this is the last COVID stimulus.
Yes.
If they had a positive income in 2020 and 21, they're eligible to get back up to $32,000 of money. And again, Congress passed the law in January of 2021. They just neglected to tell anybody.
Yeah. Things happen.
Absolutely.
No. So I guess my next question was going to be, can a sole proprietor qualify for this? And is there a minimum amount that they should?
Well, for the self-employed tax credit, obviously, yes, they do qualify. It's made for them.
Okay.
Now, for the health efficiency program, you need 10 W-2 employees. But if there are ways that we can help someone that, say, you have a buddy that owns a company and they have employees, we can show the self-employed person how to take advantage of getting as a person that helps that company, and we can show them how to get the benefits as well, because the benefits are really pretty good. I mean, it's no cost on your prescriptions of 37 of the most used prescriptions in the country.
Oh wow!
High blood pressure, cholesterol, so on and so forth. There's no cost for that, and this is for their entire family. It's not just for the employee.
Ah,
yeah. Then they get some mental health counseling.
There's
a lot. There's about 6, 7, 8 different benefits for the employees that are
great.
Mainly preventative health benefits.
Right.
So but again, I don't know about you, but I like things that don't cost anything.
Hey, that's my favorite kind of price.
Absolutely.
So essentially, that is something that an employer can offer as a benefit to their team members.
Employees. It's a lot of smaller employers may not have health insurance for group health is very expensive.
Right.
They might not be able to afford it. Well, now they can give them something. So basically, the employees, once the company comes on board, they don't have health insurance. It works either way. If they have it, it just makes the health insurance better. If they don't have it, now the company has something, and basically the employee walks around on their phone. There's an app on their phone. They have a doctor 24/7, a real doctor, not telehealth. But a real doctor will pick up within 10 seconds. And then what they can do is they can actually, you'll have it on camera. Say something happens to your kid in the middle of the night, something his eyes getting, doesn't look right. He can put the phone up. The doctor can diagnose right there. Kid has pink eye. So you don't have to run off to the emergency room or to the urgent care. It could be done right there. And if they diagnose that it's something that needs to be done, then they can actually arrange that for you and say, hey, you need to go see the doctor, the emergency room.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, it makes it really convenient. And again, this is for the entire family.
Wow.
Yeah. It's urgent care that's online. It's going to be more and more prevalent as time moves on, especially with AI.
Yeah. No, you're right about that. Somebody applies for the program from the time they get started to now. I'm gone through this process now. Now I'm running? How long does that take from
It takes generally anywhere from 45 days to 90 days,
okay
right?
to get it enrolled and everything else?
Yeah, to get enrolled, I have a friend that just enrolled a major company,
Mhm.
and they have 100,000 employees. They're coming on board with this particular program. And
Okay.
they have group health already, but this just enhances it. So,
Right.
of course, with 100,000 employees, it's going to take longer to
Okay.
onboard all the employees.
Yeah, that
But
makes
like a
sense.
company that has
10.
15, 20. Now,
20.
remember, I generally say 10 to 15 because the employees have the option to opt out. They don't have to take it if they don't want to.
Right.
But with the main source that we have for this, if it drops under 10, they're not eligible. Then we have to go to plan B.
Okay.
So generally, if you say you have 12, 13 W-2 employees, you'll have probably a couple people that say, hey, I don't want to change anything.
Mhm.
And so we want to make sure that the business owner still takes advantage and is able to
Okay. So there's not, if the plan A don't work, there's a plan B.
There's a plan B there to help the employees that have between 2 and 10 employees.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. And these smaller employees, less than 10,
Absolutely.
10 employees. Okay. So this is something that, like I deal with that a lot. I as you know, I'm a commercial real estate broker, so I'm the kind of like the first person when they're looking to open a business, whether it be that they're purchasing a business or purchasing a building or they're leasing a building. But then, they're going to get going. So, by the time they retrofit the space or the building, and then we get the contracts going, they're going to need, the attorney, the marketing person. Can they at that point start working with your program? So when they open the doors, say 3 months from now, then day one, they start, okay, or do they have to have time in business before?
No, they
qualify?
don't. They don't need time in business, but they need that the employee has to be an active W-2 employee where they're paying payroll taxes and they're a real employee.
Yeah. No, but what I'm saying is I'm opening the doors tomorrow, right? I have 20 employees. I don't have nobody working now, but starting tomorrow when I open my grand opening, can that program start there? So can I start the process pre-opening of my business? I guess that's
You
my
can start
question.
the process, but it can't be implemented until you open those doors and your first payroll, and you're good to go.
Okay. I guess that was my question.
Mhm.
Yeah. So once you start, the process is started and then it don't take effect until you actually start paying.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Okay. When you first talk to a business, they have, let's just say 50 employees or so. And then what do you need from the business owner to start, or one or two of the few items that you would need?
It's pretty simple.
Okay.
Name of business, where you're located,
Okay.
address, your email address, company phone number, number of employees, and that's about it.
I'm guessing probably an IEN number.
We're
ID
going
number?
to end up getting that, but what happens is then once we have that basic information, then we're going to set up a overview to address all of their questions from corporate.
Okay.
So it's a pretty simple process, and then from that point on, they'll have to, if they want to move forward, or they'll have to get the employee census, and that may be with that initial meeting. But that employee census is just basic information without the social security number of your W-2 employees that are on your payroll.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's pretty simple process.
Pretty simple. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just once you have all the information, the submittal process might take a little longer.
It just takes a little longer because you got to make sure that you're crossing all your T's and dotting all your I's. But the process is pretty straightforward.
Okay. Okay. And then how often is that? Does it have to be updated? I'm guessing as time goes on, you add more employees on, this employee gets laid off or fired.
Once per year.
Once per year
is when they do it. But again, there may be some few rule changes coming in 25 to where new employees may be added. That's not set in stone yet, but
yeah, because I'm just thinking like say your key employees, right? Your management team, and that's it could be a higher end salary person.
Yes.
Where now you just removed, $150,000 employee, and then maybe you have a gap where you're not paying that anything.
Right.
Might have another 3-4 months before you hire a new person.
That's okay.
Okay.
They're not going to stop the program because of that. You just continue on as you've been going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It doesn't interfere with
It
anything.
does not interfere with what they've already have in place.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then at the end of the year, beginning of the next year, now say I have 50, now I have 55 employees.
Yeah.
Now we have to get those other team members.
Keep them enrolling, keep them coming on.
Okay.
board.
So is it a pretty simple process to add on
Yeah.
onboarding?
It's
new
all done
onboarding
by it's all done by customer service. It's a really easy process.
Okay.
And this company's been around for many years, and so it's really a great benefit for, again, that zero out of pocket cost for the employee
We love
and
that.
the employer. Carlos,
Zero out of pocket is the key.
yes,
Right there. But anytime, especially right now, man, if you can offer an extra benefit to employees, right now it's a little difficult for business owners to get workers to people to help in the business. But if you incentivizing them in more ways than your competitors, then you got a better shot at keeping the good ones.
Not only that, it's a great way to help retain employees. That's
too.
That's huge. And also this program, the main one I'm talking about, it is associated with SHRM, which is Society of Human Resources.
Okay.
Some aren't, but there's some great benefits here.
Yeah,
it's a really good benefit.
Man, that's a lot of great information. If a business owner, I found out about this today. I'm starting my process. Mm-hmm. Am I able to? I've been in business 5 years, right? Yeah. Am I able to take? And I started out with 40 employees. Now I got 70. Am I able to take advantage of that benefit backwards, or
no,
prior years?
No,
so it's from here on out.
Here on out.
Okay.
Correct.
So it can't. Okay. So we can't go.
Now let me tell you, just since you're on that subject.
Yeah.
If there is a company that is doing e-commerce, digital marketing,
mm-hmm.
a company that has any type of that's technically based, there's something called the R&D tax credit, which stands for research and development.
Mm-hmm.
Those particular companies, and there's a lot of different arenas where that, it's like probably a third of every company in America is eligible.
Yeah.
And if they're paying taxes,
okay,
right? If they're paying taxes, let's assume they're paying $100,000 a year in taxes.
Okay.
There's a R&D study that's done, and it's a niche study through CPAs that know how to do it, which is very few. It's far and few between. But that study is done, and let's assume that it says that your R&D tax credit is $100,000, and you paid $100,000, or you're about to pay $100,000 in taxes. Guess what? It negates that $100,000. But you were saying going backwards.
Yeah.
You can go back 3 years.
3 years. Oh,
yeah. So what they could do is they would go backwards, and basically if you paid $300,000 in the last 3 years, you'll get a check back from the Department of Treasury for $300,000.
That's huge.
Now we're getting companies. Some companies are getting 4, 5, 6, 7 million and millions of dollars.
Yeah, it just depends on your
absolutely
how many employees you have. But
absolutely.
That's great information.
Yes.
One last question, and then we'll want to ask you to give out your information in case somebody wants to contact you directly. But this program, is it specifically for a certain category of businesses, like say it's automotive or restaurants, or is it across the board, pretty much?
Now, the first one that we spoke about it's for any type of company.
Okay.
The R&D is basically any company that has something that's like technology based, but you don't have to be. You say R&D, a lot of people think it's the scientist in the in the white jacket. No, any type of new process. There's a yogurt national. I'm not going to mention their name, but there's a yogurt company that's national, and they're manufacturing in the process of mixing all the different flavors at the manufacturing plant. It qualified them for R&D.
R&D, yeah.
Guess what? They knew nothing about R&D because most CPAs, they won't mention it because
they don't
know how to do it. They may have heard of it, and
they don't know.
They were able to get a total benefit of $1.3 million.
That's
that was
huge,
just sitting
man.
there in the government. Here it is.
Yeah.
Our job is to guide you and help you.
We're gonna talk more after this show.
Absolutely.
So that's great information, Uncle Dan. If you can give out your information, maybe give out your phone number and your email. If somebody has questions directly, they can contact you. If they can't get a hold of you, they obviously can contact me. I'll put them in contact with you. But go ahead and give out your information.
Great. You can reach me on my email, Dan. It's really easy. Dan@UncleDanConsulting.com. And our local number is 888-902-5902. And I'll tell you what, for your listeners and your listeners only, I want to put up my cell phone number. So you want to call me direct. I'm an old guy, so I answer the phone.
That's
My
good.
number is 415-756-6007.
Uncle Dan, we don't have that much time left, but I don't want to forget about, and we don't want to mention names, but there's a Visa notice
Yes,
that I
very,
would like to put
very
out there for our
important.
business owners.
Very important. If your company has taken credit card payments,
Mhm.
there is a class action suit that was won, that was appealed, and it won again. The government basically has $5 billion for business owners that were taking credit cards. From 2004 to 2019, you only have
15
18 days.
years.
Yes. So imagine you're going to get a piece of back of what you were actually taking in. And so we only have 18 days to get that filed. This is money that it's already there. The government has it in their bank account. They're going to be dispersing in the next 60 to 90 days.
18 days left.
18 days left.
That's key. So if you're a small business owner from, what'd you say, 2004, 2019, if you
Yes.
were open for business, you may be
No,
eligible.
you are.
You are eligible for a piece of 5 billion with a B.
Yes.
So don't miss out. Actually, I'm gonna look at my numbers too because
Yeah.
I was in business in 2015 with my restaurant equipment company. So
It's real easy. We can track it by your EIN number.
okay.
Pretty easy to do.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Again, great information. Thank you for your time. We'll bring you back on as people might forget, and in 30 days or so, we'll bring you back on as a guest and kind of refresh and maybe talk to us about any changes that there may be.
I would love to, man. Looking forward to it. Thank you for having me on your show today.
Thank you for your time. So I'm going to talk about a couple of properties. We're gearing up towards the end of the show, but I have a 2,000 square foot location for a retail store on Decatur and Lake Mead, and it has great access, great visibility from both Lake Mead Boulevard and Decatur, and so that space is going for $2.25 a square foot. Again, 2,000 square feet, ready. Has 2 private offices, private bathrooms, and then pretty much an open floor plan. I also have space on Tropicana and Nellis, where it is 1,650 square feet, and then there we're targeting either a beauty shop or a barber shop would go great there. A small clothing store will also do great. That one, we have a vacant location there is 40,000 square foot, which is an old 99-cent store that went, as we know, they all went out, but we are working with a big anchor grocery store that will produce probably more traffic than before. So if you are interested in either one of those spaces or properties, feel free. I have access to pretty much all the properties that are available on the market. Again, my number to get a hold of me is 702-236-3828, 702-236-3828. My email address is cmoreno@agoraproperty.com. And thank you for your time. Tune in with us tomorrow. Tomorrow, our show is in Spanish, and we'll have a past client of mine talk about their experience through leasing and marketing her beauty salon as well. So tune in tomorrow at 10:30 in Spanish. And again, thank you for your time.